Origins of Bastion. When Master Mold subsumed Nimrod, the resulting robot was forced into the Siege Perilous by the X-Men. Once, a mysterious man named Bastion saw himself as humanity's last bastion of hope, unaware of his identity as a Sentinel. Bastion is a super Sentinel, an amalgam of Master Mold and Nimrod. The fusion happened when Nimrod encountered a module from Master Mold's body. After being forced into the Siege Perilous, the heterogeneous symbiotic being who would become Bastion was created, with no memory of his history. Bastion was able to live among humans, and became aware of the mutant presence, which unbeknown to him, reactivated his mutant termination directives. Bastion somehow managed to infiltrate the American government and gain access to Project Widiwake, a governmental commission created to analyze and manage the mutant menace, and its mutant neutralizing technologies. After the events of the Onslaught Saga, and the assassination of Graydon Creed, Bastion garnered enough political and public support to begin the global covert war against mutants known as Operation Zero Tolerance. The U.S. government implemented Operation Zero Tolerance, a plan suggested and overseen by Bastion. He was raised by his foster mother, Rose Gilberti, as her human son. But it is depicted that Bastion was really cruel to her, terrorizing her. Operation Zero Tolerance's objective was to capture and eliminate all mutants. To this end, Bastion created Prime Sentinels, implanting humans with nanotechnology. This new generation of cybernetic Sentinel was the first of its kind and incredibly effective. Thanks to their human appearance, they were able to serve as sleeper agents and get the jump on the X-Men. Bastion was able to take over the X-Mansion, capturing some of the X-Men, learning valuable mutant intel, and stripping their home of its technologies. His original plan was to recover and use Xavier protocols. With this data, he could seek and destroy every mutant on Earth. Nevertheless, Cable was able to stop him and destroy a great deal of the sensitive info. However, with Xavier captured, Bastion tried to fool him and get access on the real information behind the protocols. Once the origin of Prime Sentinels became known, international support for Operation Zero Tolerance was withdrawn and the U.S. government declared an arrest warrant for Bastion, pushed forward by Senator Kelly convictions. In the aftermath of the Messiah complex, the Purifiers infiltrated a SHIELD facility with the help of some double agents inside and stole back Bastion's head and reattached it to Nimrod's body. Once online, he alerted the Purifiers to the presence of the X-Force in their church. After their escape, Bastion carried out a plan to finally eliminate the remaining mutant population by recruiting some of the prominent enemies of the X-Men and resurrecting others that have been dead and taking control of them by exposing them to the techno-organic virus. Bastion fought Wolverine, but calculated that the risk was too high to fight him directly, and made his escape with the resurrected X-Men enemies. Second Coming. Bastion had formed an alliance with anti-mutant leaders Cameron Hodge, Stephen Lang, Bolivar Trask, Graydon Creed, and Reverend William Stryker. Dubbed the Human Council, they had assembled and combined the paramilitary forces of the Mutant Response Division, the Sapien League, the Purifiers, and the Friends of Humanity. Their objective: eliminate the recently returned from the future Hope Summers, the Mutant Messiah. Using the same techno-organic virus used to revive the Human Council, Bastion was using the TO virus to locate Cable and Hope. After unsuccessful assassination attempts by the Sapien League and the Purifiers, things swung in Bastion's favor when the captured Donald Pierce succeeded in disabling Cerebra and neutralizing the mutant psychics. With the X-Men's communications heavily crippled, and no longer able to track Cable and Hope, Cyclops sends Ariel to teleport Hope back to Utopia. Aware of this, Bastion dispatches a fighter jet, which launches a missile strike at the vehicle that Ariel was in. The strike kills Ariel. Using his own mutant locating technologies, he is able to locate Hope, who is being escorted to Utopia by Nightcrawler and Rogue. Bastion is able to cut them off himself in Las Vegas. The ensuing battle culminates with Bastion killing Nightcrawler, but not before he was able to successfully teleport Hope and Rogue back to Utopia. Bastion, unsuccessful in his attempt to eliminate Hope, launches a contingency plan. After sending Donald Pierce to destroy the X-Men's Blackbird's Bastion had a large red energy sphere locked down not just Utopia but all of San Francisco. Not even the Avengers or X-Club could get through the barrier, and inside the X-Men found a smaller sphere, which was a conduit to the future. Soon a wave of Nimrods swarmed out of the sphere and attacked the X-Men, resulting in a number of injuries. The team stood their ground and repelled the initial wave, only to discover that over 170,000 Sentinels were waiting on the other side of the portal. Powers and abilities. Originally, Bastion was a mystical amalgam of two hyperpowerful Sentinels, Master Mold and Nimrod. As such, he had a variety of abilities designed to locate, hunt, negate, capture, and destroy mutant threats. He was able to detect all mutants, within an approximate range of 20 miles, had enhanced strength, flight via jet boots, and could fire concussive or disintegrative blasts from his hands and chest. His Master Mold programming gives him complete control over any and all Sentinels and a unique take on its Sentinel production abilities, being able to create Prime Sentinels, humans outfitted with nanorobotic enhancements. He was also able to interface with any computer system within his undisclosed range, accessing its data and controlling its programming. His Nimrod programming gave him a higher degree of intelligence than most Sentinels. He was able to assess mutant threat levels and implement countermeasures when attacked. He was able to self-repair from most physical attacks, and was immune to all psychic attacks. Following his resurrection, Bastion upgraded himself with both celestial and technarchy technology. Having been infected with various techno-organic virus strains pertaining to the Technarch, Phalanx, and Apocalypse variants, the later of which was garnered from the celestial tech bonded to the mutant, Archangel. These enhancements grant him amazing new additions to his existing abilities as well as various other ones, such as vastly augmented regenerative capabilities in addition to incredibly potent technoforming powers, being able to appear through any electronic appliance and morph its machinery however he sees fit. He'd even upgraded his Prime Sentinel technology, being able to activate and transform members of his human council into Nimrod-like Omega Prime Sentinels based on a blending of MKI and his old Nimrod-based designs. He now has vast technopathic and energy manipulative abilities, having created an energy dome stretching as far as around the island of Manhattan and back, even having some limited form of spacetime manipulation as during the Second Coming event. Bastion could summon Nimrod series Sentinels from an alternate future as well as teleport and time travel under his own power by force of will. His new form even boasted techno-organic wings with which to attack, defend and fly with, having once used them to defend against Cyclops' optic blasts.